Hey kids, I'm Arlene, and the Favorite Kids team and I are so happy to have you here. Welcome to our series From the Inside Out. Before we begin, we'd love for you to do a couple of things. First, invite your friends and family to watch this episode with you and share this link. It's always better together. You can play the games together, laugh at the jokes together, worship God together, and even talk about your feelings and learnings from today's episode. Second, subscribe right here to our YouTube channel and hit that bell button so that you get updated when we have a new episode or even a surprise video just for you. So, are you ready for today? We've got a great service prepared, so get in the mood for fun and always remember, it's a great day to be here at Favorite Kids TV.
From the Inside Out.
Sundays on 10 a.m.
Only here at
Favorite Kids TV.
Hey everyone! Pastor Tel here. We're gonna kick the day off by worshiping God together. So stand up on your feet, jump, dance, and sing along with us.
You know when I'm lonely, you know when I'm sad, I know. And you are with me, yeah, you are with me. You know when I'm worried, you know when I'm mad, I know. And then I can trust you, yeah, I can trust you. You don't want perfection, you just want my best. And when my mind is racing, you will give me rest. God is greater, greater than my feelings. He knows everything, He knows everything. God is greater, greater than my feelings. He knows everything, He knows everything. You know when I'm lonely, you know when I'm sad, I know. And then you are with me, yeah, you are with me. You know when I'm worried, you know when I'm mad, I know. And then I can trust you, yeah, I can trust you. You don't want perfection, you just want my best. And when my mind is racing, you will give me rest. God is greater, greater than my feelings. He knows everything, He knows everything. God is greater, greater than my feelings. He knows everything, He knows everything.
You are greater than all I feel. You know it all and you always will. I trust in you with all that I've got. Doesn't even matter if I feel it or not. You are greater than all I feel. You know it all and you always will. I trust in you with all that I've got. Doesn't even matter if I feel it or not.
God is greater, greater than my feelings. He knows everything, He knows everything. God is greater, greater than my feelings. He knows everything, He knows everything.
Hi kids! Let's continue to worship. This is a new song. Come sing with us. You can raise your hands. Start worshiping. Dear God, I've been trying awful hard to make you proud of me. But it seems the time. Dear God, I've been chasing their approval and it's killing me. And I know the more I try to prove, all the less I have to show. And I'm stuck inside my head most of the time. But if I pray a little harder, if I follow all the rules, I wonder could I ever be enough? 'Cause I try and try just to fall back down again. And I ask myself, why do I try to chase the wind? I should lean into the mystery. Maybe hope is found in the melody. I wanna try again. Oh, I'm gonna try again. Dear child, I hope you know how much I love you and I'm proud of you. And please believe thoughts I have for you will never change, you'll fade away. And when you felt like giving up, I never did. 'Cause I'm not scared of imperfections or the questions in your head. Just know that you have always been enough. 'Cause you tried and tried, and I saw you wrestle with every heart, every word, just to go right down again. Should lean into the mystery and to meet you here in the melody. Try, would you try again? Oh child, would you try again? My child, you can love again. You got it, you got it, you got it. If you want my heart, you got it, you got it, you got it. If you want my heart, you got it, you got it, you got it. If you want my heart, you got it, you got it, you got it. If you want my heart, you got it, you got it, you got it. If you want my heart, you got it, you got it, you got it. If you want my yes, you got it, you got it, you got it. If you want my all, you got it, you got it. Whoa, whoa, you can have my heart, you can have my heart. Whoa, whoa, you can have my heart, you can have my heart. Whoa, whoa, you can have my heart, you can have my heart. Whoa, whoa.
Hey kids, we are absolutely excited to see you today. We've already met 2 emotions over the past few weeks and now we're gonna meet the others. So for today, we will tackle the emotion that most of us have met but still don't like. This particular emotion may make us feel like it's always a rainy day where we are, but it is definitely one of the best ways that help us be grateful for God's presence in our lives. Have you guessed which emotion it is? That's right, we're talking about sadness. Or should I say, we're talking about sadness? Well, sadness can be difficult to sit with. Most of us would love to never experience this emotion in our entire lives. But as Christians, we know that God made every part of us and there's a purpose behind each of our emotions. And sadness helps us understand what hope is and how that can be so important in our lives. When we feel sad, it's hard to look forward to other things and be excited. But when we have something to hope for or hope in, we can find comfort in a better day sometime soon. How about you kids? Do you know what makes you feel sad? What helps you feel better on your sad days? Today, we will look into that and see how we can manage how we act when we feel this particular emotion. First, why don't we play a game? We challenge some of our favorite kids about the things that made them laugh. And the name of this challenge called Try Not to Laugh. Come on kids, let's watch this.
Hey, welcome back kids! We have Dylan, Kai, Lux, and Faye here, and we have another challenge for you guys, and it is try not to laugh, but dad jokes version. Edition. We're just gonna say some dad jokes and watch a couple of videos as well, and the main point of the game is we're gonna try not to laugh. We have a warm-up from Dylan. What is your dad?
I got a dad joke. How does a chef pick its steak? Wagyu, 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 Wagyu.
I have another dad joke. Have you ever heard of the movie Constipated?
No.
Because it never came out.
Slow clap. Alright. I have a dad joke too.
Go.
What book in the Bible offers you a soda?
What?
Here, Habakkuk.
That was a
That's
Bible
enough.
joke.
Video.
It's gonna suck.
Hi, Isel.
Hello, Brother John.
Let's play.
Brother Joy.
I have that win.
I have a dad joke for you. What do dentists call X-rays?
John's
What?
face.
Toothpicks.
Toothpicks?
Yes.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Toothpicks.
That was
Like a
hard.
pick.
Ah,
Toothpick dentist.
Okay.
It's funny.
Interesting.
So funny.
Okay.
Fun.
What do you
It's
call
funny because he's
cheese
laughing.
that's
It's not even
yours?
funny.
What?
Nacho cheese.
Oh, I've
He
heard
laughs
that
too
one.
easy.
How does NASA organize a party?
How?
Oh, I know
That's
this
not
one.
so
I know.
organized part.
I know.
How?
They plan it.
Ah,
Oh.
I already know this
Planet.
one. I've heard the
It's a
whole
very-
very interesting.
Witty joke.
What did the janitor say when he jumped out of the faucet? Supplies!
What?
Who is the laziest doctor?
Who?
Dr. Doolittle.
Ah.
Tough day.
What did Adam say when someone asked him his favorite holiday? Christmas Eve. Yeah, that's good. I made a pencil with 2 erasers. It was pointless.
I've heard
Did I win?
Some of my friends tell these jokes.
It's a little funny because
Nice one,
they
kids.
laugh
That
and
was
it's
hard.
not
That
even
was
funny.
one. That was easy.
Hello, and welcome to Meet Your Emotions, the show where we get to meet the emotions inside of us. Our guest last week was quite interesting. His name was Fear, but he was a bit of a bore. So, moving on, we have a new guest today. And this guest is quite a character. You will really feel her presence because she's constantly crying. But that's okay. She describes herself as someone who likes to be alone. But secretly, we all know that's not true. She really wants people. So let's all welcome Sadness! Let's pick up the pace, dear. Are you okay?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
It's just that everything's just falling apart.
Okay. I think she has a big problem. You want to talk about it, dear?
Is it okay? Is that okay?
I just asked you. So yes.
Well, since you asked, just seems like everything is just not going great. I mean, me and my family moved to this new place, and I don't know anyone. My dad got a new job, and well, we're closer to our grandparents, but I don't even know them. And then, well, also they said like my new school is better than my last one, but it's just so.
Okay. Debbie Downer over here. It sounds to me like those are great things. Your dad has a new job. You got a new home. Dear, we don't quite understand. Why are you so sad?
I mean, sure, but like, I don't know anyone here, and all of the things that I've lost, like my friends in my old hometown, me and my parents' memories in the house that I was born in, and all of the toys that I left. I mean, how can you be happy when you've just lost so much?
Sorry, but you still play with toys. How old are you? I'm joking. Well, dear, don't feel too down. You know, God won't bring us anywhere that we can't handle. So, you know, it's okay to cry a little bit, but not all day, 24 hours, because that's a bit boring, if I'm honest. Dear, why don't you just tell us, why are you so sad?
It's just so overwhelming. It's just that I feel like I've lost so much. It's just too much.
Okay. Why don't we take a little chillaxer? So, listen, honey. From our point of view, you've got the life, honey. You're closer to your grandparents. You have a new house. You got a new school. You can start over. I'm sure your old friends didn't always appreciate you crying all the time. Not that they're glad you left. But you can start over, and let me give you a few tips if you do want to make new friends. How about we take down the crying a notch or two? You know what I mean? How about we cheer up? Why don't we think about things that we're happy about? Can you think of at least one thing you're happy about? Just one. Just one.
I guess I have a new place to cry.
Okay. Not exactly the answer we were hoping for. But you know what? That's a start, dear. And you know what? God can turn anything for good. You know, if you would just stop crying for 1 second and notice the blessings He's given you, maybe you could see things in a brighter light.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It's really, yeah, sometimes I just have to lessen to crying and just really think how much God just really blesses us, and just that I just truly need to trust Him no matter the situation.
Bingo! And stop that crying. Now, are you able to do that, you think, for a second?
Yeah, I guess so.
That's right. What a great lesson. You know, God can always turn your sadness into joy if you would just stop focusing on the negative all the time, all day, and just focus on His goodness. Can we all do that?
Yeah, Thanks for enlightening me. I will remember that.
Anytime, it's my job, dear. I get paid the big bucks, you know.
Wow.
Just kidding. I don't get paid anything. But anyway, that's the Spirit Sadness. We are so happy to have you on the show, even though you're a bit of a downer. But we love you. We love you. And always remember, kids, that God has a plan for you. And don't think about the negative, because He has so blessed you with so much. Am I right?
Yeah?
We're going to stop crying now, aren't we?
I'll try.
Look at that. She hasn't cried for a whole minute. Give her a round of applause. Love you, girl.
Man. Oh, hey, Coach. What's up?
Yo, Lorenzo. I can see you're sad. Do you want to
Yeah.
unpack it with me?
Unpack what? We just lost a big game. What is there to unpack? I mean, that's a very crucial game and we lost.
Whoa, easy there. I know we lost the game. I was there too, I think.
Very funny, Coach.
Okay. No time for jokes, huh? Tell you what. I'll tell you how I'm feeling if you tell me how you're feeling.
Well, it's pretty simple, Coach. I mean, we prepared for everything. We had good rest. We attended all the practices, all the trainings, all the gym sessions. We even skipped junk food and ice cream and all the good stuff just for us to try to win the game. And we lost.
I hear you. What else?
What else? What? Are you kidding? What else? I mean, that's a very big game and I don't know anymore, Coach. I'm just really sad and disappointed. I'm the captain of the team and I should be there for my team, but we still lost the game.
I know it does, but nobody ever likes losing a game, especially if they work hard as much as you guys.
Yeah, I get you, Coach.
You know, Lorenzo, you don't need to just get over it.
Wait, I don't?
I mean, sure, at some point, we'll all get over it. But right now, it's good to be sad too. It's good to know that how you are feeling and just sit with that.
I see. Well, it's really hard for me to adjust all this sadness and, you know, this disappointment inside my heart. I can't really sleep on it, but thank you for that, Coach. Really appreciate it, for sure.
Great. I mean, that's exactly how sadness feels. But the thing is, you just have to feel it. And it doesn't mean you're going to feel like that forever. Be kind to yourself, and there is a very good reason that you are feeling that well.
I see. Well, I thought at first it was the end of the world, but now that you're telling me that sadness is just a phase, I really appreciate that. And I thank you, Coach. Really helpful.
Well, this was a very important game. And
Yeah.
we did work very hard,
Yes.
but we still lost. That's something that makes me feel sad too.
Wait, you're sad too, Coach?
Of course. You know what? I give myself permission to feel sad because I know that in a few days, I won't feel this feeling anymore and I
Right.
can be happy again. It's just that today I feel sad and tomorrow I can be happy again.
You're right. You know, every day, it's a new day every day. So that's a good mindset. And thank you for telling me that. I think that's important for the team to know as well. So maybe we could share that in the next practice, maybe tomorrow or the next day. What do you think?
Thinking. Let's make time for it
Yeah.
and let's share it with the same team too.
Thank you so much, Coach.
Wow, kids, I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Lorenzo seemed to be really sad, don't you think? Sometimes when we feel sad, it does feel as though it's the end of the world. And sometimes our faces show that to everybody, which is probably why his coach became concerned and talked to him. When that happens, one thing we need to do is stop and acknowledge how we're feeling. I think there's something important that we can all learn from those situations. Whenever we start to feel sad, we don't seem to want to stay there. So we try to get the feeling out as fast as we can. We saw Lorenzo not knowing how to get over it. And sometimes that can be what we focus on because sadness isn't always very comfy to feel. And some of us can tend to think that if we aren't happy, then something's really wrong. And if we're not careful, we try to never feel sad and always try to be happy, even when that's not how we really feel. That's why it's really important to stop and deal with how we feel. Step 2 is very important also. We've got to look around and see what's really going on. Renzo told his coach why he was feeling sad, and this was great because he and his coach were able to see that being sad isn't so bad. It was just a result of what happened, which was losing the game. Let's try to remember that God cares about every single bit of our lives, so that includes being sad. And this is where step 3 is important as well. Listen. If we listen to God's word, we'll see that God is okay with our emotions. We can best deal with our feelings when we are guided by His word. And what's even better, the Bible can be our source of comfort on the days we feel especially bad. And because of that, we can be assured that God sees us and will give us the comfort and reassurance that we need. In this next story, we'll see a man who experienced just that. Do you know Jonah? Most people know Jonah's story because of the whale that swallowed him up. But did you know that he also had few moments of sadness and God comforted him? Find out how in this next video.
Hey everybody, listen up. Here's what God has to say.
Aw, yeah. What you got for us today?
Today we're talking about when we feel down.
Oh, that's the worst feeling. Like when you get a bad grade or your brother knocks over your Lego tower? The one that took over a week to build?
When you're feeling down, you can remember it's not the end of the world. God is always there to comfort you. This reminds me of a guy in the Bible named Jonah and how God comforted him when he was feeling down in the dumps.
Oh man, did his best friend move away? That would make me feel pretty upset.
That would be hard to deal with. Jonah was down because he didn't want to do something that God had asked him to do. God asked him to go to a place called Nineveh and tell the people living there to stop being bad.
Makes sense. Get them to stop being bad. Like, hey guys, cut it out! Done and done. Easy.
Well, there was just one problem. Jonah didn't want to go to Nineveh. He knew the people there were not acting the way that they should, but instead of helping them, he thought they should be punished for their mistakes.
So what, he wanted God to, like, ground them or something?
Something like that. Instead of listening to God and going to Nineveh, Jonah took off in the opposite direction.
Oh no!
Oh yes! Jonah ran all the way to the sea, found a ship, and paid the captain to let him come aboard. Then Jonah found a place inside to lay down and take a nap.
Taking a snooze? Not listening to God must be pretty exhausting.
I'm not sure, but as soon as the boat left the shore, a very bad storm came up and started tossing the boat around.
Back and forth and back and forth. I bet there was lightning, crash, and thunder, and waves crashing over the boat.
Everyone was so afraid that they started to throw their stuff overboard in hopes that they wouldn't drown.
Overboard!
The captain went to find Jonah and said, "How can you sleep? Get up and pray to your God. Maybe he can help us." Meanwhile, the sailors decided that the storm was Jonah's fault.
They were probably all like, "Jonah, what have you done? Make it stop."
Exactly. And Jonah told them, "I believe in the Lord, the God of heaven, who made the sea and the land, and I am running away from something God asked me to do. It's my fault this is happening. If you throw me into the sea, the storm will stop."
Speaking of stop right there. Are you saying that Jonah told the sailors to throw him off the boat? I mean, I get it that Jonah probably fell down because he was putting these men in this storm, but that's crazy talk.
You heard me right. The men didn't want to do it, but after praying, they knew they had to. They picked up Jonah and threw him into the water. Instantly, the storm was over and the sea became still.
So that's the end of Jonah?
Oh, no way. Get this. When they threw Jonah off the boat, he was swallowed up by a great big fish. Isn't that crazy? God actually sent the fish to keep Jonah from drowning, and he stayed in the fish for 3 days and 3 nights.
Oh man, that's comforting, but I can't even imagine. No windows and covered in disgusting fish guts for 3 whole days? Yuck!
While Jonah was inside the fish, he did a lot of praying and said, "When my life was nearly over, I remembered you, Lord. My prayer rose up to you. You are the one who saves." Then God told the fish to spit Jonah out onto dry land.
Bleh! I bet Jonah was happy to be out of that fish. He probably needed the longest shower in the history of showers.
Then the Lord told Jonah a second time to go to Nineveh and tell the people there to stop being bad.
Please tell me he listened this time?
Oh, he sure did. Jonah obeyed God and left for Nineveh right away. When Jonah got there, he told the people to stop doing bad things or their city would be destroyed. To Jonah's surprise, the people listened and the city was saved.
And they all lived happily ever after. The end.
Well, that could be the end of the story, except Jonah left the city feeling down. He was upset that God didn't punish them all. So Jonah went on a hill and sulked. When God saw Jonah, he knew how Jonah was feeling and comforted him. God explained to Jonah that he loves everyone and would rather see people turn from their bad ways and do good again.
So God comforted Jonah when he was feeling down?
Yep, and he'll comfort us too, no matter what we're going through.
Even in the belly of a fish?
Even in the belly of a fish. Because when we're feeling down, God comforts us.
In that video, we saw that Jonah was really upset about some things that didn't go his way. But because God loved him, he didn't tell Jonah to just get over it. No, he took care of Jonah and was patient with him, knowing full well that after some time, he won't be as bothered after he has understood how he feels. Jonah just had to be okay with going through the emotions. We can easily apply the 3 steps here. Stop and take a breather. Try to understand and identify how you are feeling. Next is look. Don't make any decision based on how you feel, because how we feel doesn't always make us see what is true. Instead, let's listen to the truth so that we'll remember what God would think of what we were doing or saying. And we can act based on that, especially when we feel sad. Which brings me to what we need to remember from today. Everybody say it with me. When I feel down, God comforts me. Okay, kids, let's do that again. Repeat after me. When I feel down, God comforts me. That's right, kids. God made all our emotions, so He knows how to handle our sadness too. The best part is we can go to Him when we are sad and He will comfort us in the best possible way. Why? Because He loves us. So because of that, we can trust that in all situations, God will always be there, guiding us through them. When I feel sad and I feel like I'll never be happy again, I remember that I can go to God with my sadness and He will take care of me and comfort me. Okay, kids, before we end, let's all bow our heads, close our eyes, and pray together. God, thank you because we can feel sad, and it's completely okay when we do. When that happens, help us run to you and find the comfort that we need. Please also help us remember that you will always love us no matter what we feel, even when we don't understand what is going on. Help us knowing that you know what's going on so we can be sure that you are the best and perfect guide through it all. We love you, God. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Hey kids, see you next week. Bye!
Well, kids, did you have fun? The Favorite Kids experience is the best. So don't forget to smash that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on our videos. In fact, you go and tell your parents to share this link and check out our social media over here. Always remember that God has amazing plans for you. And even when sometimes you feel sad, remember that He loves you each and every day. See you again next time here on Favorite Kids TV.